You were on fire in the playoffs the last time we saw you. How can you carry over that same positivity, and how can you kind of get the same results going into this new season?
You take notes, you get what was in my mind, what was in my preparation from there, and just continue it on to this year and keep getting better. That's all you can do.
We can go next to Justin Walters at PIX. Justin, please unmute.
Hi, Giancarlo. A lot has been made about your off-season training program. If you were doing more yoga, how much weights you were lifting. Could you enhance or speak more about how much yoga you did and if you dialed back on lifting heavy weights? I know I did read that you've been doing yoga since high school with one of a few trainers.
Yeah, that's always been implemented in the off season, but just try to be more dynamic, keep the strength as much as I can without being glued to the gym, so just getting outside, running around, moving around more, but just try to be prepared a little differently and see how we get.
We go to Brendan Cuddy. Brendan, go ahead.
Giancarlo, I might have missed it. Were you part of the hitting group outside today? I feel like I didn't see you out there.
No.
Or are you okay? Or was that just part of your routine today?
If you see during the season how many times I hit outside,
just seeing gotcha. Also, just entering this year with a few years of difficulty staying on the field, how motivated are you to change the narrative there and play as many games as possible?
Yeah, I mean that's always the idea to be out there and battling with the team, and it's that as much of to change that narrative is also to just leave it be. Just go out and do what I can and what I need to do to stay out there and not keep it as a thought all the time.
We can go next to John Schwartz. John, please unmute.
Hey, Giancarlo. Obviously, you and Aaron, when you guys can both be in the lineup, the damage that can do, even just psychologically to a pitcher so strong. How do you feel like you benefit from being around Aaron, both in terms of your game and also just as a guy to kind of bounce things off, and also just despite your swings being very different, what can you learn from the way he approaches things and vice versa, do you think?
Well, same body type. So in the box, we're going to be approached similar, whether we have different swings or, direction to the ball. It's still going to be, try not to get us extended and get us reaching. So we are approached for the most part the same. And they can't pitch us the exact same because we're learning from watching each other's at-bats. So they have a very interesting way that they have to approach us.
Thank you.
We can go next to Pete Caldera with the Bergen Record.
Giancarlo, Aaron Boone had mentioned that he'd like to incorporate you into the outfield this year, and I was just wondering how you feel about that and how much you feel you could contribute out there.
Yeah, that'll be a good ongoing through spring and get me out there and get me going in order to be out there during the season as much as the team needs. So
we can go to Sweeney Murdy. Sweeney, go ahead.
Giancarlo, last year was difficult on many levels for you and a lot of other players with the Black Lives Matters movement, and it seemed you were all very emotional about the things that were happening away from the field and what you could do about it. I'm wondering now, with several months removed in an off season, kind of what your perspective is on how difficult it was to go through last year, see it all happen, take the platform that you have, try to play at a high level, everything combined. What are your thoughts on how that, what kind of a toll did it take on you?
I think early on from last year, the kind of outlook was nothing's really surprising. Nothing, you got to be wake up and be prepared for anything, and a new adjustment, a new wild thing on the news. You know, as much as you can't always be prepared for something like that, it kind of just opened your eyes a little bit more. You know, had to be ready to respond in a positive way, an influential way, and just keep it moving. So at the same time, that's how this year will be, and you know, just spread the positivity.
Yeah. Have you thought about ways to, you know, it's kind of hard to maybe do in the moment as you're trying to get through a season, but are there ways that you're trying to do, reach out to community, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's always input you can give. You know, it's different than normal where you can't always show up to a community. You know, show face, which is most important. But you know, there's always ways around the circumstance. Yep.
We go next to Bradford Davis with the Daily News. Go ahead, Bradford.
Hey, Giancarlo, good to see you again. Domingo Herman just spoke, and he mentioned, that he spoke to all his teammates about, everything that, he had, done in 2019 and, asked for forgiveness and all that. I am curious, from your perspective, if there was, what you can share of, I guess, your feelings, from hearing him, address yourself and other teammates, and, any, confidence you have that, that he's in a place where, he's going to maintain healthier relationships and, I guess, seek peaceful alternatives in conflict.
Yeah, I think it was very smart to address the team, just to get it out there, get it in the room, and move forward from here. Now, it's definitely a big mistake he made, and he understands that. And at the same time, it's what are you going to do with that mistake? So you're gonna improve and look to improve to make everyone around you better and improve yourself. You can show that, and he looks determined to do so. So now it's just giving him the chance to show that.
We go next to Meredith Marakovitz. Meredith, go ahead.
Hi, Giancarlo. Staff here at GMS have been working all day sectioning off seats. It looks like there are going to be fans on Sunday. Given last year and everything that's happened, what would it mean to not only you, but this team as a whole, just to get some fans back in the stands?
That would be huge. I know we're all looking forward to that. No more fans through the speaker system. We need some live action fans, and I think it'll be great for the fans as well. To be able to to get their mind off of something for a couple of hours, come see us play, and just enjoy being outside and back to somewhat normalcy.
Have you guys talked about that at all in the clubhouse, about having people back in?
Yeah. We know it's going to be cool, and not to the extent of normal, but it's better than nothing for sure.
Thank you.
We go next to Marley Rivera. Marley, go ahead.
Thank you for your time, Giancarlo. Giancarlo, you were very outspoken about racial and social issues last year, social justice issues. How do you feel Major League Baseball has progressed or acted to tackle any of those issues so far?
I think they've done a good job embracing it, getting the knowledge out there. I think first you have to be educated, and before you can go forward. So I think they've done a good happy medium of that, and just got to continue it.
We can take another question from Bob Clappish. Please unmute, Bob.
Hi, Giancarlo. I just wanted to follow up on the previous question about Domingo. Do you feel like his apology was well received in the room and everyone's ready to move on, or is this a work in progress and it's still going to take some time?
No, I mean, once you can get up and stand in front of the team and address how you're feeling and how you'd like things to go, then that's when the dynamic changes from silence. So it's definitely good that he did that, and now moving forward, we're all here to. That's what a team is for and in the clubhouse. We all have difficult things to go on, some a lot worse than others, but it's our job to support in the right way when given the opportunity.
We can take another from James Wagner. James, go ahead.
I think that's left over from the last one. Sorry, I'll pass it off to someone else. Sorry.
Okay, thanks, James. Lindsay, you have your hand up. Please unmute. Go right ahead.
Hey, Giancarlo, am I right to understand that typically you don't like speaking to large groups like you did to your teammates at some points last season?
It just depends on what needs to happen.
And you obviously took a leadership position in those conversations last year. Do you feel that that sort of changed the place that you occupy in this clubhouse and sort of the way that that you and your teammates can, or sort of gives you a leadership position in the clubhouse?
I don't think I need to answer that question. That would be for people around me. I'm not worried about that answer either. You know, it's about helping everyone become better in general around you. So if that's not on the field, that's as a person too. So that's the goal always.
Got it. Thanks.
We can go to John Schwartz. John, you have your hand up.
Hey, Giancarlo. Obviously, it's not like you do something like this as a career move, but you know, I know it's a difficult decision about, you know, the topics you're going to speak about and when you're going to speak and everything like that. When you see the league and the team respond to the year that you went through by making you the nominee for the Roberto Clemente Award for the team, is that a way of hearing, I guess, that message is welcome, and that you are a person who is welcome to, you know, be sharing that?
Yeah, that's definitely a cool gesture and one I appreciate. Yeah, and I never felt it wasn't welcome. I mean, regardless, it's something that is important and needs to always be addressed as they come. So I think they've done a great job with that.
We can take a few more. We're going to have Luke Voigt in a couple of minutes. We go to Dan Martin. Dan, unmute.
Giancarlo, we asked Garrett yesterday, I think, about the comments made by the Mariners former Mariners executive, which really, you know, opened some eyes about organizations' feelings about service time manipulation. As someone who's been around a long time, and you know, I was wondering what your thoughts were on that and what it means for the sport when things are laid out that clearly.
It gives the perspective of what some people in the front office think of us. You know, it's not everyone in the front office. It's not every front office, but you know, there are organizations that look to us as a number or a line on a piece of paper, and you know, that narrative should change. And I believe he resigned, so that is a good first step. But at the same time, you know, you can't insert someone else with similar thoughts. Now it is a business, but you know, you got to throw in some respect while you're handling business as well.
Do you feel that what he said, though, is representative of more than a small number of teams or front office executives? And you know, especially with the CBA coming up, you know, ending in December, and what those discussions you have in front of you?
I think it is a good amount that think that way, and you know, I'm as much as it's unfortunate to hear, it's nothing players didn't know. So I guess it's good that fans and more people are aware of it.
Thanks.
We take a couple more. Pete Caldera, please unmute.
Giancarlo, you've been accustomed to doing some world traveling after seasons, and I was wondering how disappointing or different this past offseason was to be basically home, and were there any trips or visits that you had to postpone this year?
Yeah, there's some places I wanted to go, but at the same time, there was you're able to do some outdoor things as well. So there's national parks and all that to be safe and away from common danger in light of what's going on.
Bruce Beck, go ahead and unmute.
Giancarlo, what are your overall feelings on this Yankees team, and are you guys driven by the disappointment of the past few years?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're tired of looking around in that locker room at the end of the year and not being where we want. So, yeah, it's though you don't want those memories to continue year after year. So I think it's been repeated often. We know what happened last year and the years before that, but you know what? It's that just is what it is, and we have to take that leap and get past the hump this year.
Take a final question from Bradford Davis.
Giancarlo, and I think this sort of connects on everything from your thoughts on the team's support of you with the Clemente Award and your concerns about issues that affect Black people and out the game, and but as well as the comments of Mather and Kevin Mather, the Mariners, and service time manipulation, all those sorts of economic concerns of the game. But I guess what can teams do better to communicate to you and to players that you're not just numbers that are solely there for producing at as good as possible for as cheaply as possible, but actual people that matter beyond what you do on the field, to play on the mound, whatever.
That's a great question. I mean, if that's what it is, then how can you really show in a different way without being fake or not being truthful? So you got to change that system if you want to change the way that the relationship is with the players.
Any sort of actionable things you think can be changed to the system?
I couldn't tell you right now, but I mean, I'm not sure.
All good. Thank you.
G, thanks for the time.